Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas to all the Brooklyn Nets fans. We just slapped the Boston Celtics by plus 20. Brooklyn won the Celtics trade. Let's go, New York Cities. Rhyme styles tight. It's the Front Office Podcast. This is game 2 of the illustrious Brooklyn Nets season. I got my man Samuel LaChouse. Sam, I am.
Yes, sir.
How goes it, brother?
First of all, Merry Christmas to all the Nets fans, to you, even your family, and most of all, to I hope the Celtics have a fun night tonight because that was a shellacking.
That was ugly. And you know what? Again, I'm not gonna come on and tell our listener base and tell our fellow brethren in New York City, New Jersey, Long Island, Connecticut. I'm not gonna come on here and tell lies and hyperbole, right? This kid Tatum, he's a beast. He's very, very good.
Yep.
They were calling him the 1A and Jaylen Brown the 1B. It's not like he had a bad game, but he's not levels. He played. He hit that impressive turnaround 3, but at the same time, I feel, and I know this is going to be controversial. I feel, all things being said, Karis LeVert could be just as good as them. And considering that the Nets turned the Boston Celtic trade into Rodions, Karis, and Jared Allen, you'll always see my hashtag Brooklyn won the Celtics trade, because I look at how it's turned out. I know it sounds like I'm making a joke, and I am, but deep down inside, I don't envy them. We've made the playoffs the last 2 years. Yeah, we got knocked out at the first round. Yeah, they've gone better. They've seen Eastern Conference Finals. Right? Yep. But they didn't. But when this trade started out, they didn't only have our picks. They had their picks. And what did they get? Maybe 2 operable players out of it? Maybe 2 players that's pretty good? I'm here to tell you, New York City's, I would not trade Jared. I would not trade Jared Allen for Jalen. I would not trade Karis straight up for Jaylen Brown. Now, Tatum is another thing. Tatum, he's 6'10", he can shoot, he's got everything going for him.
And he got big. He's a way different body than he had last year.
You know what? He was always, you could always see the potential. He had the bones for it. But now his shoulders look like they have bowling balls in them.
Yep.
He's getting into that, sub Giannis type of thing. He's physical, good player. Good player. But Jaylen Brown was better than him today. Yeah. We locked them up. And I would not trade places to be the Boston Celtics, not just now, but going forward. And I understand Kemba didn't play. But to be real with you, Sam, I think if Kemba played, we slapped them even worse. Because at least Marcus Smart was out there defending these guys. And it's not like they're playing someone in the starting lineup that they wouldn't have really. Like, Smart was playing the shooting guard last year. Look, they got Tristan Thompson. They went big on us, and it was meaningless. We stomped them. Give me your overarching viewpoint.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think what's most telling about the game, to be honest, was that I thought they looked like pretty shitty in the first half, and it like literally did not matter. Like it was like a 2 or 3 point game at halftime, and I legitimately like I thought they looked like slow on rebounds. It looked like Durant wasn't totally comfortable yet. Kyrie obviously started heating up towards the end of the half, but Levert looked like a little sluggish, I thought, and looked a little tentative. And then, I mean, it was a wrap after that. And it was it's funny. It's the same thing as kind of what I'd said previously, but it's like the Omar line from The Wire. If you come for the king, you best not miss, because like they are. I mean, you really can't miss a beat on them. They have the Warriors feel, in that, like, if you don't get out and early and you're not consistent with it the whole way, it's going to come back to bite you, which is just the truth. And I'm doing my best to not get ahead of myself because I can't get cocky, but it's just something to behold, that they can really look like crap, but they still get baskets so easily. And then once they actually get even somewhat hot, not even like scorching hot, it's just a wrap. And I know we're going to get to this, but to me, like, one of the most like just quintessential moments of the game that's kind of a microcosm for what they can do is that little run that Levert went on by himself, where he had a couple of layups, and then he had one where he did the whole thing where he pump faked a million times, then kicked it out to Shamit for a three, and it just totally opened up the game. And you're like, yeah, like, I mean, there's nothing you can do about a lot of this.
Look, here's how we're different from Golden State, and again, we're not Golden State yet. There's never been a team that fit the 73 win Golden State team. There was never a team that had all the parts fit so perfectly, right? It was seamless. It was a seamless integration of Steph, Clay, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, and at the time Bogut, and then they could switch, add another guard, add Iguodala rather, and that 6-man grouping was just the most synergistic group of players that you could put together. Their games made each other better, and their ability to play modern basketball at a time before everybody knew what it really was. Like, people thought the old Phoenix Suns is the ones that really started it. This was different. This lineup was different than that lineup, because you're talking about Amari Stoudemire. You're talking about a way more athletic lineup, but they played zero defense. Now, here's where the Nets is different from those two lineups. The Nets may not be the most, like, I don't know how well or how seamless it is to put Dinwiddie next to Kyrie. I think there's a better fit. Like, if Klay Thompson was on this team, then you're talking about a team that could win 75 games.
Yeah.
But what the Nets have that they don't have is that we can attack you in waves.
Yep.
We benched DeAndre Jordan in the fourth quarter, and it's not like he did anything too wrong. I'm telling you, you're born with a bag of jumps. Even in the alley-oop, he's a rim scraper now. Before, he would catch it on an alley-oop, he'd have his whole forearm above the rim, and he'd dunk it. Any place you threw it. If he even caught the ball a little bit lower than the rim, he would keep rising and dunk on you. But now, and I think it was Kyrie who threw him that hoop. It was beautiful, but he doesn't jump very high, and he's not very fast off the floor. He's strong. You could sit him in the middle of the defense, but he's not going to do much still. But he's still a starting caliber center in this current NBA, and he's good for this team because he doesn't need the ball to be successful.
Yep.
And then what makes it unfair and what makes us different from these great teams like the Golden State Warriors isn't just the fact that we have Kyrie and KD. It's that we have Jared Allen coming off the bench who who is far better than DeAndre Jordan.
Yep.
And to watch him come in and DeAndre just cheering him on the sidelines and watch him come into that fourth quarter and then dominate. Like, see, the mistake fans make, Sam, is that they go, a great center is Karl Anthony Towns or DeAndre Ayton or these guys who put heavy offensive numbers, who could do turnaround jumpers, got a nice little post package of scoring, baby hooks, little 5-footers. Listen, you don't want your center needing the ball at all. You want your center to dominate exactly the way Jared Allen did in modern basketball. You want him to be disruptive. He changed. It was this one play where you could see that Tatum always gets off with that shot. He changed Tatum's shot. He shot the ball to Jalen. Jalen, who's very springy, jumps off the floor very fast, got his shot twisted from Jared. And then he was down the court when the block shot went to someone else. He was down the court. He's putting pressure on the defense because they have to drag with him because otherwise, if you didn't have a center that was like Jared Allen, they could just stay in the backcourt and double team whoever the ball handler is and go for a steal. But because Jared Allen is so fast down court, he puts pressure on the defense. It makes it where it creates space and flow to the offense, and he doesn't need the ball to have that effect. And people undervalue that. And I think it's crazy. I think it's insane for people to not see what this kid does. Now, of course, the greatest players are going to score over centers. And yeah, is he the best jump shooter, or is he going to give you 10 points from, floaters and fadeaways? Hell fucking no. But that's not what you want a center to do. You want a center to run the floor, change shots, and when teams are trying to guard it's like I call it, and I'm sure other NBA guys call it this too, and I'm not one of the NBA guys, but it's reverse floor spacing. If you have Jared Allen, because he could catch a ball and lob dunk it at any given point, because he has that wingspan that makes him feel kind of bigger than some of these 7'1", 7'2" guys. His wingspan is so ridiculous that he could just jump. If you're at the 3-point line, you could either shoot or throw Jared Allen on a lob. And I can't tell you how much pressure that puts on defenses, especially when you have Kevin Durant, especially when you have Kyrie Irving, especially when you have LeVert, who just knows how to pass the ball at all kinds of angles to get Jared an easy bucket. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Give me what else you got. What else is your overarching views?
I'm gonna piggyback on the Jared Allen point because I thought when he was in, it honestly set a different tone in the whole game. Because I thought early in the game when DJ was in, I thought they seemed a little slow. I thought Tristan was abusing them. Mm-hmm. And then I thought Allen came in. Allen's like fighting for loose balls. He's on the ground. He's getting putbacks. All that stuff, and I think that does set a tone for the rest of the team. I don't know if you felt this. The first 3 or 4 minutes of the game, it felt to me like they were playing a little bit we've already accomplished it. Like I felt like they were kind of lazy. I felt like they were kind of getting their own shots, and
they were arrogant. Yeah, they were arrogant. They have no fear of the teams that are in front of them.